This morning was a nice morning because we had a nice buck go by, 4-year-old. We saw some running activity, some chasing, and some does, and so it was a perfect November 1st sit in southwest Wisconsin. Had a lot of action and great sit. Got to sit in a new tree stand, and this morning was a different morning because this is the first morning that I've actually hunted on a food plot in many years. I actually can't remember the last time. It might have been the UP of Michigan that I actually sat on a food plot where I could shoot to the food plot. Most of my bucks, I think my top 25 bucks, 22, 23 have been shot off of a food plot, or 21, whatever it is. So I don't sit on a food plot very often. This food plot has the ingredients though for the perfect rut cruising food plot, the perfect kill plot, whatever you want to call it. There's several ingredients that I like about this food plot that makes it unique compared to a lot of the food plots that I have or that my clients have. And for this kill plot to happen, for this to be a great rut cruising food plot, there's a few ingredients I'd like to talk about. First, it's got to be a pass-through. I don't want this to be the end all for when deer come to this plot. They sit here till dark. We have big ag up top, ag down below. We have a large food plot up top. So this is just simply a pass-through. We have big bedding nearby within 100 to 150 yards on 3 different sides. That's a big help too, because then I know that these deer are going to leave the beds, come into here, or they're going through here to get to the beds. So we have an opportunity here to shoot a lot of passing deer that aren't going to linger here for a long time. We have great access through non-deer areas, actually on a bench between the bedding areas. We can get in here quiet during the dark, either side, morning or afternoon. We have 2 stand locations here that we can blow our scent into non-deer areas or allow it to lift off like we did in the morning. We had a wind coming through here out of the northeast, and that allowed that wind just to blow out over the valley down below. So really the wind was a non-factor. We could smell like whatever we want to, and we're not going to spook any deer. One of the big ingredients, so we have the pass-through, we can get in and out, we're not spooking deer while we're sitting here. We can leave without spooking deer because they're not lingering. All great ingredients, but what I really like about this is when that 4-year-old came through here, he never stepped foot on the food plot. He was relating to the food plot. He was relating to the does that come in and out of the food plots, the scrape that's right here, the scrape that's over here. Instead, he just cut the edge of the food plot. I had shots at him at 30 yards, 25 yards, all the way through. And then he went right down to the scrape down here, off the food plot edge by about 10 yards, worked the scrape a little bit, and then just continued on. And I think that's one of the most successful portions of a kill plot or rut cruising food plot that you can add to your habitat improvement strategy. Is that great that you can sit on a food plot like this. We have daylight movement that I'm sure we're showing you right now in these videos. Of bucks moving back and forth through this food plot. But what's critical for this is that we can actually get shots around this food plot. And a lot of times what I find is the older a buck becomes, the more likely that he'll go along the side or the edge of these food plots, give you shot opportunities if you set up for them, as opposed to going right through the middle of the food plot. We have a camera set up right here looking at this mock scrape. We get a lot of movement. No picture of this buck moving through this morning, and I would suspect there's a lot of bucks that move around this food plot that we don't get to see. If you make sure you set up a shot, give yourself shot opportunities. We have shot opportunities on this corner of the plot and this corner. We can use these with different winds, different approach, and really sets us up for not only hunting this small food plot, this kill plot. This is a true kill plot because it meets those ingredients, and then we can also hunt the outside edges. So perfect opportunity. That was on display this morning. We had a great hunt, and I think if you apply that strategy to your own land this season or next, it's a great opportunity to take advantage of a small food plot and the movement all around it and the potential that it brings to your land with just a nice pass-through opportunity for a great bow hunting